Yo guys, how's it going? We're here for another episode of our Burton career mode on FIFA 18. As you see, we go straight in the game here for today's episode against Brentford. We're still at the top of the table at the minute, and the top goal scoring team, scoring 10 more goals than the team that's in second in that, which shows how good of goal scoring form we've been in this season. That's probably the best thing we've been at, is the actual goal scoring. The defending we ain't been the best at, really. We have done good, probably could have done better, but it's lucky that we have scored so many goals that's pushed us on for a lot of our wins, to be honest. But coming into this game here, they come on the attack a few minutes into the game, take a shot, and look at that for a finish. Can't be mad about conceding a goal like that, because that was an absolute brilliant finish there, straight from like a few minutes into the game. And to pull off a shot like that with pretty much the first effort on goal, to score a goal like that is unreal. Brilliant finish from outside the box, absolutely smashes it into the top left corner, blasts it past Grimshaw, had no chance of saving that one. And it means that we are now down by 1-0. For not the best way to start the episode, really. To go 1-0 down from you can't do it to a better goal than that, to be honest. But we are 1-0 down, but we don't stand on it for long as we come forward on the ball, trying to get ourselves back into this game and try and draw us level. As we try and take a pass inside, it gets intercepted. They get the ball partially clear before we tackle the man off the ball, smash the shot, and it goes into the back of the net to make it 1-0 here. It is that man, Darren Bent, our star striker this season. So many of our strikers have been star strikers this season, but that man has done it especially for whether he's scoring goals or assisting goals, he's always doing something, and he did exactly that with a very, very nice finish into the near post there to get the goal and make sure we are one apiece now, with a very nice finish to whack it into the top right corner with a very, very nice finish, and getting himself his 12th goal of the season now, which is very good for us. As we come forward in the second half, trying to get ourselves into the lead now, as we pass the ball around in the middle of the park. Absolutely brilliant one-touch passing there, and Boyce with a one-touch finish. Absolutely brilliant finish in the near post again. The keeper couldn't deal with these near post shots in this match, and that one-touch passing for the build-up play was absolutely brilliant. As you see here, just one-touch passing, and it works out perfectly to find the bottom corner by Boyce to grab his 5th goal of the season, to make it as from 1-0 down to 2-1 up in the second half, early on in the second half as well, with an absolute peach of a finish into the bottom right corner. Very nice goal, and that means we are now 2-1 up with, like I say, Boyce's 5th goal of the season, who's really started to come into his own towards the end of the season. But we do come on an attack again, and it is Boyce again with an absolute brilliant header, but it just goes over and wide of the post. A very, very nice header there, just wide, as you see. Very, very close to getting his 2nd goal of the game, but not quite. But a few moments later, they do come forward on the attack and split in the defence, and Grimshaw gets the ball past him. Should have done better there, really, but unluckily for us, it does mean that they are now on level peggings with us. The defender definitely should have done better there. I think it was Quater, whatever you want to say. Should have done better there, as the ball basically just got slid straight past him, and means that we are now 2 apiece, where we should have been maybe 3-1 up, or, well, at least at 2-1 anyway. We should still be in the lead. That wasn't the best of defending there, as I said earlier on in the episode. But they do come forward on the ball again on that right hand side. We get in a brilliant tackle there from Flanagan, but it doesn't actually come to much. They get a throw in out of this, who They quickly throw the ball back into play. They do a little 1-2 there. They pass the ball around the outside of the pitch here, trying to get themselves into the box. They do exactly that with a nice turn, a great cross across the pitch, but a good save by Grimshaw there to keep us at level peggings. It was a very nice piece of play, a very nice cross to get onto the end of that as well. And it's a great save by Grimshaw at his near post to make sure the scores remain level. But just before half time, we do come on one final attack. Sordell cuts inside, takes a shot, but the defender saves him very easily there, to be honest. He should have done a bit better, I think. I should have done a bit better. It wasn't the best efforts, really. But we do get a corner out of it as we whip the ball into the near post. And Jordan Wills on the end of it makes it 3-2. And a very, very nice finish from Jordan Wills there. At the last minute of the game, as we go over to celebrate with the manager and the substitutes. It was an absolutely brilliant header from Jordan Wills to get it past the keeper with so much power on the header, really, and to get the ball in the back of the net with literally the last kick of the game to get that goal, to make sure that we come away with the 3 points in this match. Heads it straight over the keeper's hands, and there was too much power behind it. As you see, the keeper did get a little touch on the ball, but it was too powerful a header from Jordan Wills for the keeper to get his hands properly on it. It means we do actually win this game 3-2 by a crucial last minute header by Jordan Wills. He's been a very good player this season. I've liked bringing him off the bench as well to play as a left back and stuff like that. He's been a very good player for us this season in the centre of defence, and like I say, wing backs as well. And hopefully he'll be able to improve a bit more before the end of this season, so we can play him in a lot of games next season, because now we are pretty much guaranteed to be in the Premier League at this point. It's going to be it will take a very, very big slip up for us not to get into the Premier League. But now we come into the main game of today's episode, which is the FA Cup quarter-final, shall I say, against Manchester United. A very, very big game for us this time round. As, like I said at the beginning of the season, it isn't a main focus for us, but now we're here, we've got to go for it. They've put out a very strong side. Down on the right-hand side, I don't really notice, but he's obviously one of the young prospects, and he's came into the side for this FA Cup fixture. They've put out a very strong side against us, with still Sanchez and Lukaku on the pitch. So it's going to be a very difficult tie. But we do come into this straight from kickoff, trying to get in United's face. But Hopper couldn't quite find the shot to get on target. The defence stops it with Darmian there, getting his foot behind the ball to make sure that we can't put ourselves in an early lead. But a few moments later, in the 16th minute, they come forward on the ball. We do somehow, there's a little bit of a kerfuffle in the middle of the pitch, but they get the ball back. They get into the box with a very nice pass there, and I don't know what happened, but Joe Allen apparently concedes a penalty. To be honest, I didn't think it was a penalty. I still don't think it's a penalty, because the fact that he basically took the shot, but apparently Allen got his foot on him. As you see here, he'd already took his shot, and then he gets brought down even though he was already going down. But honestly, it's still a penalty. Nothing we can do about it. And Lukaku steps up to take it, and of course he puts it into the back of the net. Romelu Lukaku puts them United in the lead when he runs over to Mourinho and his subs, where he celebrates like he's just won the FA Cup, not beat a quarter-final against the Championship side. But they do get in the lead, and it is meaning they are in front for this. Blackman does start it the right way, but unluckily can't get his hand to it. It goes just underneath his arms and his body, and it goes in the bottom corner. It was a perfectly placed penalty, to be honest. If it was placed anywhere else, I think Blackman had got it. But unluckily for us, it does mean that we are now down behind in the FA Cup quarter final, and that was Lukaku's 4th goal in the FA Cup this season. But straight from kickoff, we come on the attack again, trying to put United under pressure, trying to make as much space as we can. As you see in this game, I kind of took a different tactic to try and pass the ball around a lot more in this game, as it seemed to be working out here, as we take the ball past him and it goes, and Blind dives in for a tackle, and we go down for the 2nd penalty of today's game. Here, Blind, a few moments after Lukaku puts his ball into the back of the net from a penalty, Blind concedes a penalty, and look at that for a tackle. A very nice time pass from Sabara, because if he timed it any later, then I don't think Blind would have. I think Blind would have got the ball, but it does mean that he does go down, and Sordell steps up to take the penalty to try and draw us level, and he steps up and smashes it into the back of the net to make it 1 apiece against United in the quarter final. And honestly, I thought it was going to be a struggle. But honestly, at this point, we was really doing very well against United at this point. We was really putting them under a lot of pressure, doing so well to actually, like, be in United's face so much and actually do really well against them. As you see, we do put the penalty away with Marvin Sordell scoring in every cup game, FA Cup game we have played this season. He has scored in, which is absolutely brilliant. He scored 3 games from 3. He scored in the round of 32, the round of 16, and the quarterfinals now, which is unbelievable. As we come in here, they come on the attack once again. They cut inside. It is a fantastic shot. And honestly, I can't complain, like I say, conceding a goal like that. And it is that man, Jurgen Damm, the guy that I didn't really notice, puts his name on the map by scoring the goal to make it 2-1 with a fantastic finish. He takes on the defence, he splits the defence there, cuts inside, and a very nice finish. Blackman maybe should have done a bit better there, being as the angle he was at. But Jurgen got himself goal side of the defenders and puts the ball home to make it 2-1 in the quarterfinals. I mean, we are down by a goal again. We go down a goal, which just isn't good enough. But he has scored 3 goals in the FA Cup this season, so it ain't that much of a shock that he has scored. So, but we do come in on the attack once again to try and get ourselves back in the game, and we do exactly that and make it 2 apiece now with a very offside goal. And it is absolutely terrible that happened. I was so unhappy when that went in and it was offside, but we've got to carry on. But they do come on the attack moments later, and it was basically a counter attack from that, and Lukaku does what he does best and puts the ball in the back of the net to make it 3-1 now. And at this point, I thought it was game over, game done. They started attacking really well and putting us under a lot of pressure. And a very nice finish here. As you see, Lukaku gets in the box with a very nice piece of one-touch passing and smashes it at the Blackman's near post. I don't think I can really be mad at Blackman for that, because it was a very precise finish there from Lukaku. Wasn't a lot we could do about that one, and it ends up in the back of the net for his 2nd goal of the game and United's 3rd to make it 3-1. But we do come on the attack in the 71st minute to try and get ourselves back in the game once again, as we do some nice passing, get it out wide as McCroy turns his man, puts a nice ball inside, and Miller takes on 2 defenders and puts it in the back of the net to make it 3-2 with an absolutely brilliant piece of play. Honestly, that touch there from Miller was absolutely pinpoint precise and an absolutely fantastic finish. He's been one of our star players this season, and he actually puts us in contention of getting ourselves back in this game. At 3-2 now. It was only his 1st goal in the FA Cup, but what a time to get it. But they do come on the attack again in the 78th minute. Like I say, it was just an all-action game in this game. It was an all-out brawl pretty much. As they come forward down that wing again with Anthony Martial on the ball. Whips the ball in, and the man left open in the middle of the park puts it home. And it's Jesse Lingard to get the goal, doing some kind of celebration. I don't know what celebration that is. But he does put the ball in the back of the net to make it 4-2 now. And mean that we are 2 goals back down. And honestly, at this point, it seemed like whatever he was doing, Manchester United was doing everything to counter it. And they were doing it very well with Jesse Lingard just coming on the pitch and putting that one home. The defence definitely should have done better, as they kind of moved away from Lingard when the cross came in. And it landed at his feet in open space, and there was no way he was missing that chance. But straight from kickoff, we do come on the attack again to try and get ourselves back in the game. As we see here, we do come on the attack with Mpuza on the ball. Finds a great amount of space there and puts the ball in the back of the net to make it 4-3. We actually have another chance to get ourselves in this. It was all down to that man there as he puts the ball in the back of the net. And a great way to open up the space in United's defence, and Romero couldn't quite get his fingertips to that one, and it puts it home to make it 4-3 and give us a chance to get ourselves back in the game and actually have a chance of going through to the semi-finals. As we come on another attack on the last few minutes of the game, the 87th minute, we try and get ourselves into the box. We were really putting the pressure on United here, as Sabara smashes a shot, but it goes just over the bar. And honestly, I think I should have took a bit more time on that. Maybe took a touch and then did it. But I rushed the shot. I was panicking to score. But Sabara puts the ball over the bar and means the score remains at 4-3. But we do come on one final attack in the 90th minute, as we pass the ball in a great amount of space for Samuelson here as he takes a shot. But the defenders get in the way. Last ditch tackle in here, as you see from Smalling getting his big foot in the way and turning it behind for a corner. But it doesn't actually come to anything. And means we are knocked out of the quarter-finals of the FA Cup with a very, very intense way to finish that game. A very intense match all over. 2 shots, 2 goals for Lukaku. Can't argue with that because he was playing very well. Anytime Manchester United came forward on the ball, it was looking very, very threatening to us. And it does mean we are out of the FA Cup. But it was a very good show for us, and we did put in a lot of effort into that game, so I can't be mad. But that is the end of today's episode, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and peace.